What is up, you guys? It is Jay the Great with the very first episode of this channel. This channel actually, by the way, I'm using this to give this video kind of a podcast vibe. That's why I got the mic and it's better quality. So yeah, like I was saying, this channel is actually not brand new. I created it a few years ago. I do have videos of myself when I was younger, but I put them on private clearly because they're stupid, and I'm not gonna post them. I'm just kidding. But for y'all that don't know me, I am now 19, in college, and I actually happen to start next week, so it's a damn shame. But I'm trying to post weekly, at least. Well, not at least. That's probably the most consistently I can upload, because I go to school full time and I work and all this shit, but that's not pushed out that side. This is a new segment that I'm gonna do called Sports News, and this will be episode uno. Be talking about different sports that interest me, and if there's any sports that interest you guys, feel free to comment or leave or on here comment section or on any social media that I've provided in the channel page. If you want to check that out, give me a follow on Instagram. I'm just kidding. But yeah. So if you guys enjoy the video, please leave a like and tell your goddamn friends, man. I'm trying to get big on this shit. I'm just playing. But for real, I'm trying to get big on YouTube and just be a guy that creates content for people that are bored. You know what I'm saying? If you're bored, click on the damn video. Leave a like, leave a comment. It only takes 3 seconds, 5 seconds max. Subscribe, like, leave a comment if you'd like. If you have any suggestions on what videos I should do, please let me know and I'll definitely consider it. Unless it's stupid, then you gotta look. But I'm gonna try to make this channel versatile. I'm gonna try to post these segments, which is kind of a podcasty thing. Gameplay is waiting for equipment to come in next week. Actually, when I'm in school, I'll try to have it posted by Saturday of next week, hopefully, if I don't get drowned in homework, which I don't think I will. It'll be the first week back. I go to SDSU, by the way, not that y'all care, but I'm letting you know. But okay, so let's get right into the content. Like I said, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, tell your damn friends. We're growing together, as a channel, as a family or a group, whatever you want to call us, community, But yeah, let's hop into it and enjoy the video. Alright guys, here we go with the first topic of the segment of episode 1 of Sports News. Let's get right into this motherfucking shit. Alright, UFC, brutal sport. Here we have the UFC schedule. Before I touch up on the current one that's happens to be this Saturday, January 19th, let's look back on UFC 232. As you could see, you got Johnny Bones Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson. This card, let me scroll down a little bit so you can see more of it, was one of the best MMA events I've ever seen personally. And I think a lot of people can agree it was one of the greatest nights for MMA in history. So let's start from the very top, goddammit. Johnny Bones. Controversy before the fight. The hate that he got was some of the worst hate I've seen him ever get. I don't think I've ever seen him doing haters against him. And okay, yes, he has messed up a lot in his career. From the hit and run, for y'all that didn't know, hit and run that he did on a pregnant lady. From testing hot 3 times, 1 time including cocaine. I mean, I understand why you dislike him and maybe even doubt and question his accomplishments, because yes, he has messed up many times. But according to USADA, who I rather trust than people that hate him who don't know shit about chemistry or whatever, biology, according to them, there's no evidence that he intentionally cheated. What I think is my opinion, and I've seen this on Joe Rogan's podcast. For all you don't know, JRE, it's a great podcast. Check it out. Not sponsored. Sponsor me, goddammit. No, I'm playing. But he lives a really wild lifestyle. You know, at least he used to. It seems now he's cleaning up. He used to party in Albuquerque, which I used to live there actually. So I understand it is crazy out there. He used to party. He was the king of the throne. Mid-20s, early 20s, youngest champ in UFC history, taking out legends while partying and still winning. That's how good this guy is. Why would he take steroids? He can beat people while he's partying. He's that good. I think people could take steroids and still lose to him when he's clean. I think he's that good. I'm not trying to ride him. I'm not trying to stroke his ego. I'm just saying, let's be real here. Look at what he's done in this sport. He dominated Alexander. Yes, the first time he wasn't as focused. He definitely didn't cheat the first time. You know, he was off. He even admitted, he even said in Joe Rogan's podcast, he used to black out a week before the fight. You know, he get wasted just to have an excuse, you know, for a loss if he ever did lose, and he didn't. He still win. He still dominated. Actually, it wasn't even close. Besides with Alexander. Now he focused and dissected him. A beautiful performance, A+ in my book. He had elbows were phenomenal. Kicks were phenomenal. His game plan was phenomenal. He really picked up on the distance, you know, the perception of distance right away. You know, that's why Alexander couldn't hit him if you watch the fight. He was throwing punches to air, you know. He really kept his distance perfectly. I gotta give props to Johnny Bones Jones. He came clean a few weeks ago. And from my understanding of this drug thing, because he tested, I know the controversy, he tested positive for picograms for M3 metabolite, I believe it's called. I'm not a fucking chemist. Don't give me shit about this. But I watched the Jeff Nowitzki podcast on Joe Rogan's podcast with Jeff Nowitzki, and he says this is a pulsing effect. Yeah, people say that's bullshit. You know, that the metabolites, that's not the way it works. But you're not a fucking chemist. Explain the chemistry to me. Not that I'd understand it, but at least you sound like you know what you're talking about. He's an expert. Why would he lie about John being clean, dude? He brought down Lance Armstrong, Barry Bonds. If he can bring them down, I don't see why he'd have a problem bringing down John, which he has, and suspended him 2 times. Honestly, I just don't see why John has to cheat. People say microdosing. Well, they let him fight. USADA let him fight, and they brought down many people, including him, several times. Why would they do it now? He's making less money now. It's not like it's a money thing. Barry Bonds made hundreds of millions. They brought him down. Lance Armstrong was a world-class bicyclist. They brought him down. Jeff Nowitzki himself brought them down. I don't see John, like people saying he paid USADA off, paid Jeff off. I don't see him being able to pay them off if they brought down higher, richer profile athletes. That's just my little 2 cents on that. But once again, great performance. A+. All right, this fight right here. This was a barn burner. One-sided barn burner, because Amanda starched Chris Cyborg, who I personally thought would win. And by the way, I watched this card with my friends. It was a fucking roller coaster, man. She knocked her out in the first round. Starched her. I do believe Cyborg deserves a rematch, though. I believe she should get it as soon as possible, because she was, the queen of this division for like 12... Well, not the UFC, but she's been undefeated for like 12 years. Give it to her, man. Who else is Amanda going to fight? Megan Anderson? Valentina Shevchenko, who she's beaten twice. Yes, she's had tough fights, but she's beaten her twice. Give Cyborg a shot. I do see why you wouldn't. She did get starched. It wasn't even close. But come on, give her a shot. You know, I think... I'm not saying it was lucky, but I think a lot of things went right in that fight for Amanda. But all props to her. I'm not taking anything away from her. I think right now she's the greatest female of all time. I put Cyborg second. Even though Amanda has lost more times than Cyborg, her resume is padded. Ronda Rousey, Cyborg, Miesha Tate, Valentina Shevchenko, all these other people that she's beaten. Gotta give her props. Excuse me. Just say, yeah, that's my 2 cents on those 2 main events. I'm not gonna go too much into these, unless if you guys comment, and the next time you want me to go into every fight, I will. It will be longer though. If you do like it, let me know. But Michael Chiesa looked very solid at 170. Carlos Condit's a seasoned veteran, very skilled, very experienced, and Michael Chiesa dissected him on the floor. I think Michael is going to be a stud at 170. He was previously fighting at 155. I think that weight cut was too much for him. He's a big fucking dude. He was a big 155er. I think he's going to fit in just fine, at 170. And I think he's going to be a competitor, top 5 in the weight division easily, in my opinion. Corey Anderson looks solid at 205. Alexander Volkanovski, excuse me if I'm saying that wrong. He looked good against Chad Mendes. I believe he's a new up-and-comer. I was surprised Chad Mendes lost because he's a veteran. But, yeah, and that's my 2 cents on that. Let's talk about this next event, which happens to be this Saturday. I'm very excited for this one, but there's been a lot of controversy on this card, and let me explain why to the people that don't know. Greg Hardy, for y'all that don't know, he was a former NFL player. Played for, I believe, the Cowboys and the Panthers, I believe. Yeah. And he was kicked out, I believe, for hitting a female. And here he is in this card, and what makes this card controversial is this woman right here. Dime piece. I'm gonna admit it. Both these chicks, actually, in my opinion, are finer than the ring girls. The ring card girls, I'm just being honest. But besides that, she was hit by her husband, I believe he's facing jail time, which he obviously deserves it. He obviously deserves it, you piece of shit. Simple. But, yeah, so people are giving UFC shit because they put her on the same card as a woman beater. Right? And Greg Hardy's a stud in the octagon. I do not condone his actions. But obviously, he's found a new hobby. I do think UFC is a little insensitive doing something like this. Why would you put them together? You know what's going to happen. But like Brendan Schaub said on Below the Belt, if you don't know who he is, check out his podcast. It's very solid. UFC just doesn't seem to give a fuck, honestly. From the John Jones controversy to this, to all the other stuff. They just seem to not care because at the end of the day, they know we're going to buy. I know I'm going to watch the fight. But, yeah, so this is a controversial card because of that. Besides that, it's a very solid card. Paige Van Zandt against Rachel Ostovich. I'm highlighting that because they're fine. I'm not going to lie. They're fine. I don't know any of these people. I know Dustin Ortiz a little bit. Glover Teixeira, an old pro. I'm going to touch up on the main event. I think TJ wins, but I would not be surprised if Henry wins because he's a world-class wrestler, gold medalist in the Olympics. And he happened to be arguably the greatest of all time in Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson, who, for y'all to know, been traded to ONE FC for Ben Askren, who is a American version of Khabib, but that's a discussion for another day. I believe TJ beats him by knockout, actually. He's very explosive. And I think that weight cut, even though he's going down, I think he's a slim dude. He seems to make the weight no problem. 125. And I think Henry will be a better wrestler. I mean, his resume is off the charts. He's a fucking gold medalist in the Olympics. There's nothing really better you could do in wrestling. So I think TJ does win. But I do think Henry can win with his wrestling. He could probably maul him or give him a good one. So I think Henry's keys to victory is ground game and good boxing defense because TJ has some power. And I do think he'll carry that power into 125. I know they're going to the lower division. So, in fact, he might even have more power. TJ, I think his keys are obviously takedown defense. He's going to have to be solid against Henry. And boxing, he's going to have to find his shots. I think he'll have an advantage on the feet. I heard he went toe-to-toe with Lomachenko, who's a world-class boxer. It's another debate, another talk for another day. But he gave him a good one. And if he can fuck with Lomachenko, he can definitely fuck with Henry Cejudo on the ground, on the feet. So I'll give it to TJ. I'm not going to really go into these guys. If, like I said before, if you want me to go into every fight on UFC events, I will. That means I have to do more research on my part. But I will do that if that's what y'all want. Leave a comment or just let me know. And that's the UFC news. Let's go on to the next topic. The NFL. I want to talk about the divisional round, which are a lot of surprises. Excuse me. I've been having gas lately. Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. But here we are. Divisional playoff. AFC. I watched this game with my friends, actually, last Saturday. I wanted the Colts to win. Didn't happen. Unfortunately. First of all, the defense did not show up against the Chiefs, and the offense did not show up. It was just an all-around bad performance by everybody. Let's look at the stats real quick. All right, let's go down here. Chiefs. Patrick was good enough. He didn't really need to throw touchdowns. Look at the four rushing touchdowns. The run game was off the charts. Damian Williams seems to be breaking out. He's a good player. Maybe replace Kareem Hunt. Patrick was good enough. I gave him a B- performance. The rushing game was an A, which is why they scored so much. Look at receiving. No one really. Well, Travis Kelce. In my opinion. Side note, I think he's the best receiver in the league now. I think Gronkowski, we all don't know, plays for the Patriots, is no longer the best tight end in the league. I think he slowed down because of injuries. All time, I think he's higher than Travis at this point, but he's no longer the best tight end in the league anymore. I think it's Travis. He's fast as hell for a tight end. He has great hands, great route running. Got to give it to Travis. He has that title right now. Had a solid game. Was very clutch. And no one could stop him in the Colts defense. I mean, hey, Colts didn't show up. Let's look at the Colts stats real quick. Andrew was subpar. I mean, and this really isn't his fault. His receivers would not get open. He really had to throw the ball away a lot. I believe there's a few drops. Yes, there was a few drops. I believe, if I remember correctly. And he only threw one touchdown. No picks. But the running game was shut down. All around, they were shut down. Chiefs defense showed up. That's what happened. What are you going to do? I wanted the Colts to win, but they didn't. I really thought they had a shot with Andrew's potent offense, but they did not. The Chiefs defense happened to show up, and the offense of the Colts happened not to show up. It was a Chiefs game. I think Patrick Mahomes is a real deal. I think he's more than Alex Smith ever was. No, not throwing any shade at Alex, but hey, man, he won a playoff game. He won a goddamn playoff game. You didn't. He did it in his first year as a starter. Hey, man. Of course, I'll sending my prayers to him. I know he broke his leg against, I believe it was the Texans. I believe it was J.J. Watt broke his leg. I mean, of course, accidentally. But I heard he has an infection. For the last time I heard, that's another talk for another day. I hope he's okay. I hope he does better. Let's move on to the next team, the next game that I watched with my friends, actually. Oh, shit. Sorry. Cowboys versus Rams. Very one-sided game up until the finish when the Cowboys started to kind of pick it up. Dak Prescott. Let me give me 2 cents on this. He's an average quarterback, okay? He's average, maybe slightly above at best. He is efficient. He ain't high volume passer. He really doesn't have an arm. I mean, the arm's strong enough to get it there. He's smart, and he can run pretty damn good. I mean, I admit that he's a big dude, 240, but people put him on this pedestal because they win games. It's because of Zeke and the O-line. Honestly, he's just a game manager. He reminds me of another Alex Smith with better legs and a little bit more clutch, but he's subpar. He's not mediocre. He's better than average. He's okay, decent. But if the Cowboys had at least an A- quarterback, they probably would have won this game because it was there. I mean, well, actually, I backtrack. I don't think they would have won the game. But they would have, maybe put up a better fight because this Rams team is very potent, especially the offense. Let's look at the Rams real quick. Jared Goff really didn't have to do much. This, for y'all that don't know, rushing-wise, this was the most yards a Rams team has ever ran in a playoff game. So, goddamn, they did good. That O-line was on. It was on. They showed up, and they ran all over that damn team. Those linebackers, Vander something Esch and Jalen Smith, they could not stop Gurley or C.J. Anderson for that matter. As you could see from the stats, they went off. So A+ performance from rushing game. Jared Goff, I give him a B. His numbers are small, but he really didn't have to do much. I mean, so it is what it is. It was a solid performance all around. The defense, for the most part, I can't give him a perfect A because towards the end they did kind of slip, and the Cowboys almost caught up. So I give them a B minus. B, because they were very dominant at the beginning, especially Aaron Donald, who I think is the best defensive player in the league. He's a fucking animal. But let's see the stats real quick for the receiving. Yeah, I mean, no one really had any jaw-dropping stats because they didn't have to they didn't really have to throw the ball. They just ran the ball down the Dallas Cowboys' throat. And for Skip Bayless, for y'all to know, Fox Undisputed Skip Bayless. I don't know if you ever watched this, all right, but I'm glad they lost. You need to hop off the Cowboys. I mean, I do give you credit for you being so loyal, but the Cowboys just don't know that. You know, go back to cheering for Brady. All right, at least he wins, man. At least he. All right, let's continue. I just don't like Skip Bayless, to be honest. I think he's too biased, and it does cloud his judgment, or maybe he's just acting that way because he wants to. All right, sorry, I'm backtracking here. Alrighty. This game right here. Give me a second. Give me a motherfucking second here. What can I say? Disappointment. It's just the Chargers. Brady, man. I gotta take my hat off to him, man. Take my damn hat off. He is phenomenal. He's phenomenal. He's clutch. Maybe the most clutch athlete I've ever seen. I put him up there with Jordan and LeBron and Wayne Gretzky, all the greats of sports history. I put him up there, top 5, maybe top 3. He is phenomenal. I think more of it's up here now that he's older. I think he just finds a way. I think Belichick's an all-time, the greatest coach ever. I just think Phillip Rivers. I think Brady is his kryptonite. That team is his kryptonite. Rivers deserves a ring. I think, personally, Phillip Rivers, who is the Chargers quarterback for y'all that didn't know, he's the greatest quarterback ever that doesn't have a ring. And I think most of you will agree with that based off his stats. And I can't say wins because the team has been inconsistent over the years. But what are you going to do? I mean, I wanted the Chargers to win so bad. I'm sick of the fucking Patriots being in the damn Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure most of y'all are. I mean, besides Patriot fans and people in Boston and some Patriot fans out here, which there aren't very many. Do I hate Tom Brady? No, I do not. I respect him. I do not like him, though. I'm not a fan. I hope he loses next week, but let's be honest, I don't think he will. But I'll get into that later. Let's look at the performance here. This is a virtuoso performance. Okay. He didn't have to throw that many touchdowns, but he was very accurate, very efficient. So you can tell by the QBR and the yards and the percentage. The rushing game was on point. It was just an all-around domination, one-sided until the end when the Chargers did get some steam, but it was too late by then. The Patriots were off and running. Personally, I was disappointed. I mean, I guess Chargers fans have been disappointed for years. 07. Now this. There's no excuse now. Actually, there's more props to give to the Patriots. Brady's old. Phillip was healthy this time. Everyone was healthy. It was just a damn shame. Damn shame. What can I do? What can I say? Patriots are a dynasty, and they still are, at least for now. Receiving, Julian Edelman, hats off goes to him. I think he just broke the record. He's second all time in playoff catches. He's very consistent, very tough. One of the toughest receivers of all time, I think. He's like another Wes Welker. James White. I think James White is very underrated running back. He's very consistent and very good receiving back. In fact, I think he's one of the best in the league. And I think he's been one of the best for a long time. So, yeah, this is a Gronk, old. Didn't really need him. I think he's starting to fall off. I don't think he'll be around much longer. I think he will retire. Like he said, he only wants to play for the Patriots. Eventually, he's going to be kind of useless. But he is a legend. And let's go to the Chargers box score real quick. Rivers. His performance, first of all, I'll give Brady an A. It was a virtuoso performance. He was phenomenal. I mean, what can I say? Greatest of all time, as much as I hate to say this, and it does hurt me to say it. Phillip Rivers' performance, C minus is C, because he did throw 3 touchdowns. He was not a deer in headlights, but just inconsistent, a little gun shy. I don't know. I think a lot of it, the secondary had the receivers' numbers, like his receivers. The running game was pretty much non-existent, as you can tell. 1 touchdown by Melvin, 15 yards, 1.7 average. That's ridiculous. Somehow the Patriots defense always shows up in the playoffs. Even when they're 32nd in defense during the regular season, they always find a way to show up, and they did. And the Chargers did not, clearly. Yeah, he threw a lot of yards, but it doesn't mean shit. It was probably, I didn't watch the game, so I'm guessing it was garbage yards, meaning they were already getting blown out, and the defense, the Belichick's like, fuck it, let them throw it. They're going to lose anyways. Let them get the little dink and dunks. That's probably where most of the yards came from, and touchdowns. What can I say? It was Chargers all around. Can't put it all on Rivers. The defense did not show up. Offense didn't either. Unfortunate. And disappointment. What can I say? All right, one more game to touch up on. Philadelphia versus the Saints. I wanted the Saints to win. I'm glad they did. I believe they will win the Super Bowl. I hope they do. Honestly, I don't care who wins as long as it's not the motherfucking Patriots, all right? Let's be honest here. Unless you're a Patriots fan, you do not want them there. So anybody, please win. But I hope the Saints do out of all the other 3 teams. Let's go to the box scores of each team real quick. Recap, if so to speak. Drew Brees was excellent. Not excellent. He was great. I can't say he's excellent because he threw a pick. But he was very accurate, and he did what he had to do. The run game was good. Not amazing, but it was great. No, good. I give Drew a B+, and I give the running game a B+. It was a B+ performance from the team all around. I think they were solid. I think they're going to have to do more to beat the Rams next week. I think they're all going to have to show up. The run game, the line's going to have to do better, especially against Aaron motherfucking Donald, who's an animal, and Ndamukong Suh, who's still very, very dangerous online. But it was a great performance. Good performance by the team. Receiving, Michael Thomas is the only guy given A+. He was phenomenal. I think he's the next Marvin Harrison, maybe the next, someone like that. He's very consistent, very good hands, he's a big body dude, he's a strong dude, fast, decent speed. He just catches everything in his way like a fucking magnet. So props to him. I think it's a perfect combo. Him and Drew you can't get a better combo unless you're talking Peyton, Marvin. These guys could become that with the time that Drew has left, which I hope is at least a couple years. But it was a great performance. B+. Eagles. Nick Foles did not show up, which I'm surprised. He usually is, calm and collected. He's usually ready. He usually shows up. Maybe this is a wake-up call to the Eagles. Like, hey, he's not that good. He did beat Brady in the Super Bowl, which only Eli Manning has done. But Nick's a good quarterback. He's not an amazing all-time quarterback. People put him on this pedestal because of last year. That defense carried him a lot of the time. The defense wasn't what it was now. This year wasn't what it was last year, excuse me. And Nick is a good quarterback. I think a team with a good defense, he'd do well. I think he should go to Denver. Personally, that's my favorite team. For y'all that didn't know, Denver's my favorite team, and so all the Steelers. Fortunately, they both sucked ass, but that's a topic for another day. The rushing was not there, is non-existent. When your quarterback's the only guy that scores a touchdown, you know it was shit. So, hey, I gotta say, D+ performance. It was just they did not show up. Nick did not show up. The defense did not show up. Well, they did held the Saints to 20 points. So I give the defense a C+. So there you have it. There are my input on the games. And let's talk about the upcoming games. Let me find this. Excuse me. Conference. All right, here we are. Rams versus Saints. I have the Saints winning this 40-33. I think the Saints have what it takes. They have the offense, the running game. They have enough firepower to keep up with the Rams and have a better defense than the Rams. Overall, they do. Not the line, because of fucking Aaron Donald and Dominican, who are monsters. But overall, I think they have the better defense right now. The corners in the last game, the Rams played the Cowboys. They were not consistent. Michael Gallup, who was the running back for the Cowboys, shat on them, and he's a rookie. If you do that against Michael Thomas, he will go for 200 yards against your ass. Trust me. You will have at least 10 catches. Oh, give me a second. All right. Sorry about that. I got the Saints winning. I believe the Rams could win, and their keys to victory are the defense has to show up, specifically the secondary, specifically Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib. They got to shut down Marcus Peters. Excuse me. God damn it, I'm fucked up today. They got to shut down Michael Thomas. They got to shut down Alvin Kamara. Not an easy task for any corner of any caliber. But I got the Saints winning this 40-33. It's going to be a shootout. I hope it is. I hope it's not long scoring like the last game the Saints were in, because that's boring. At least to casuals. And I am casual, I admit. But, yeah, I think it's going to be fireworks. Next, Patriots versus Chiefs. I got to be an unbiased sports analyst. I'm official. Not playing. But, I think the Chiefs take it. Oh, shit. No. I think the Patriots take it. I am so fucked up. Excuse me, guys. I think the Patriots win this game. I think they just... Brady, man. Brady, Belichick, that system, the running backs, they're just they're too efficient. And Brady's always efficient. He always finds a way to win, even when he's down. Greatest comebacks in history have been done by him, including against the Falcons. Brady's Brady, and he's going to be Brady. I'm very sure of it. I hope I'm wrong. I kind of pray that I'm wrong, because I do not want to see him in that fucking Super Bowl. Because we're all sick of it, man. It's like seeing the motherfucking Bulls in the 90s. Or the Warriors now. But what are you going to do? Greatness is greatness. I don't hate on it. I don't hate on Brady or the Patriots. I dislike them. What can I say? The Chiefs, I believe they can win. But Mahomes has to be clutch all the way until the end, because he has an act for kind of slipping towards the end. Yeah, he threw 50 touchdowns. Yeah, he had over 5,000 yards, I think. But he tends to slip towards the end when it matters, and Brady doesn't do that. Mahomes, you got to show up. You got to keep throwing until the very end efficiently. Be smart, please, Mahomes. Tyreek, blow the secondary out of the water. Take off. Tyreek Hill is a key factor in this one. I think they got to use him efficiently. The running game's got to, kind of just to bring the defense closer. Sorry, guys. We had a little glitch in the system or some shit, but we're back. Like I said, the Patriots are going to win this one. I think it's going to be another shootout like it was in the regular season. I guess we'll wait and see, won't we? Alrighty, let's go to the next topic. Oops. Oh, shit. Excuse me. The NBA. Look at the standings. I don't know why she keeps popping up. Sorry, guys. The East. I think the best team personally isn't the Bucks. I think it's the Raptors, and then the Celtics, and then the 76ers, actually. I think the Bucks are just easier schedule. Giannis, don't get me wrong, is a fucking animal. I think he's going to be a future top 5 player soon. Right now he isn't. I say he's top 10. But I think he will be there eventually. I think he's very solid. Yeah, I think he's going to be a great star. The Raptors, Kawhi Leonard is a very good leader, it seems like. I mean, he did leave, in vain. The team, he left in vain. He got injured, a little ankle sprain. I think he's a little soft. And he has a fucking horrible laugh. I think for y'all that know what I'm talking about. But besides the point. That's besides the point. He's a very good player. A player. He's very solid all around. I think they finish around where they are right now. Pacers, I just think they're there, kind of. They've never been consistent. I don't think they're going anywhere in playoffs. Maybe they'll be in the playoffs, but they're not going to go far. Just being honest. Celtics are, talent-wise, I think they're the best team. Them and the 76ers are the best talent-wise. So, yeah. Let's go to the West real quick. Warriors. the damn Warriors. All right, I just want to touch up on what they did last night, just to show how dominant they really are. This is ridiculous. Okay. So Klay Thompson. Let's go to the game stats. Where is it? 53% from three, with Curry shooting 8 3-pointers, Klay shooting 5, Kevin Durant shooting 5. That is the most dominant team of any NBA era. People can talk shit. The Bulls are the best. They would get their asses whooped by this team, especially with Boogie if he plays well. I'm sorry, they're the best team of all time. They're the best team to ever do it. It's just, there's no way around that. Sorry, guys. There's no way around that. I think they won the West easily. They won the finals. I think they're going to win the finals. Back. Battery. God damn it. All right, but I think the Warriors are the most dominant team ever. More dominant than Magic's Lakers, Jordan's Bulls, fucking LeBron's Heat. It doesn't matter. What you would need are all-time great players on the same team to beat this team. That's what you would need. And unfortunately, LeBron's into the Lakers, Kawhi's with the Raptors, Paul George's stupid ass is with the Thunder when he had the chance to go to the Lakers. And I think a thing is, these players have a lot of pride. You know, I think Paul could have went, even Kawhi could have went, but their pride doesn't let them. They don't want to be another Kyrie. Dude, you want to win rings or not? This pride shit is stupid. I got to give KD props for this. He is a bitch, in my opinion. Excuse my little French. That's what I believe he is. He's a cupcake. He is soft as a pillow. But I do give him props for putting his pride aside. You gotta be very humble to go to a team that was already made without you, that won 73 games without you, and that's what he did. And look what he's doing. So in a way, I give him some props. I do not agree with the move. I think it's the weakest move in sports history, actually. Now it's so lopsided that you need a damn all-star team to beat them. That's basically what they are. I think they're so good they would beat the Eastern All-Star team. I'd put all the best stars from the East. They would get their asses beat by this team. They have top 3 all-time shooters on one team, and one of the best centers in the league. It's mind-blowing, very mind-blowing. It is very bizarre where sports is headed, or the NBA specifically, with super teams. I think there has to be balance of power. I'm not saying the NBA should regulate who can go where. But Warriors, the organization is very smart. They got fucking animals. I do think they will disband. I think there's too much money on one team. I think someone will leave. And I think it's going to be the odd guy out. Probably Klay, probably Draymond. I think they're going to keep Steph and KD, unless KD wants to leave. I heard he might go to the Lakers. I hope so. You're already weak. Might as well go to a different team with LeBron, the greatest player of all time. LeBron's my favorite player. For y'all that didn't know, my Lakers. Blurry. Sorry about that. Lakers are my favorite team. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the Warriors. Let's finish this real quick. The Nuggets are not the best team. I think they just had good runs. The Warriors are clearly the best team in the league by far. Honestly, it's just not unfair. Thunder, they're solid. Rockets, James Harden, I think, is the MVP this year. He's very good. One of the best scorers I've ever seen. What is he, like 18 straight 30-plus point games? That's ridiculous. He's amazing. Offensively, not defensively, for all that don't know. He doesn't play defense. And he travels, but that's another story. But let's go to the next news I want to touch up on. LeBron's injury. God damn it, Lakers, Los Angeles Times. Get the fuck out of my face. Not interested. All right. Sorry, guys. All this shit pops up when I'm trying to do this. Of course it does. LeBron cleared to practice for Lakers. This is good news. I hope to see him back soon. They need him. They've been 4-7 without him. They're not the same team. They will not make the fucking playoffs if he does not back in the next couple weeks. That's the reality. As much as I love the Lakers, I gotta be an unbiased sports analyst, like I said before. Please, LeBron, we need you. LA needs you. The Lakers need you. Come back soon. I said, sorry about that. See where, if it says where you'll come back. While James will return to practice after the Lakers return from that trip this weekend, it's unclear whether or not he will be able to play Monday against the league-leading Golden State Warriors, which they did beat when he got hurt. He was there for 3 quarters. He was in there, though. That's a big reason why they won, and that was when they were off. I guarantee they will not beat them this time, especially if he's not there. The Lakers typically do not practice the day after running from a road trip, which would make their first official practice on Tuesday. James, of course, will have more autonomy on returning with or without an official practice than another player might. Of course, he's fucking LeBron James. I hope he's back as soon as possible. But of course, your health is most important, because if you go in kind of injured, you will get more injured and be out longer. We do not want that. We want to be in the playoffs, make a playoff run, and win the finals. But let's be honest, the Warriors are. All right. Last piece of news for the NBA section of this Sports News Episode 1 segment. Kyrie Irving. This is actually new. I was actually going to touch up on something else, but I might as well touch up on this too. I guess Kyrie Irving is apologizing to LeBron for his behavior. This is my 2 cents on Kyrie. He's very prideful. And they had something very good in Cleveland. But his pride was his ego was so big, he'd rather go to another team and not win a ring again, because he didn't want to be in LeBron's shadow. Because LeBron, he is an amazing handler, probably the best handler in NBA history, him and Allen Iverson. But you ruined something. Yes, you did get your asses beat by the Warriors the last year you were there, but you could have got more players. Maybe trade Kevin Love, bring someone else in, and all three, maybe Paul George, you and LeBron. Who knows what could have happened? But you left. Now it's the East became fragmented. That's what happened. The good players separated. Now LeBron's in the West. Hey, man. It is what it is. I think Kyrie's ego is a little bit too big. It's the reason why he's not going to win a ring for a long time. I think he could have won another one if they got the right pieces in Cleveland, him and LeBron. I think they were mixed really well. Maybe not as individuals, but basketball-wise, they were great together. What are you going to do? Kyrie was a shooter. LeBron was a facilitator, and he would go to the rim. Maybe they could have used another handler. But we'll never know now. So I think it's a damn shame what happened. It is what it is. And that's the NBA segment. Let's go to the final segment. Boxing. And I'll usually do the biggest high profile fight that's coming on these segments. If you want me to do, more in-depth boxing, let me know. I will do that. I personally, for all of you to know, I am a boxer. I'm not saying I'm world class, but I am a boxer, and I have pretty good amount of knowledge. I've boxed for a few years. I'm not trying to brag or nothing. Let's get to the content. Simple. All right. Broner versus Pacquiao. I know there's a lot of Pac-Man fans. He's a very humble dude. He's a legend. God damn it. I'm sorry about that, guys. He's a legend. But I don't think he's going to win this fight. And let me tell you why. Broner, while he has disappointed in the past, he's very dangerous. World class at that. And I don't think Pacquiao's faced anyone above a B+ since he's fought Floyd, which, for everyone that's a Pac-Man fan, I'm sorry, he got destroyed by Floyd. It was a schooling. People try to say that somehow he won. Come on, man. Anyone that knows boxing knows he got killed. At least schooled. Not killed, physically. He didn't get beat up, but he got schooled. And he's going to lose this fight, in my opinion. I think he's lost a step. I'm just being honest. I got to be unbiased here. Truth don't care about your feelings. They don't care about my feelings. I love Pac-Man. He's a legend. That's not going to change. But I think he loses. I think Broner's too explosive, too quick, and he hasn't really faced anything like that since Floyd. I'm not saying Broner's Floyd, because he's nowhere near that. He's lost. Let's talk about Adrian Broner a little bit. I think he is very talented, but I believe he kind of falls short in the biggest moments. I want to show you where and why I'm saying that. Let's see here. He was a bright star. I mean, he's still a star, but he wasn't. His star does not shine as bright anymore. Let's go to his record. You see here, his first high-profile loss was against Marcos Maidana, and he got starched. And Marcos did almost beat Floyd. A lot of people thought Maidana beat Floyd in the first fight, actually. And I could see how that could be Floyd's only flaw on his amazing resume. I'm not trying to ride Floyd, but he's my favorite fighter. I think he's the best of all time. It's another talk for another day. But yeah, he fell short against Marcos. And then what you see here is how he builds himself up. Then he fights another high-profile fight against a very world-class game opponent, and he loses. And this was a good fight. He did knock down Sean in the 8th round, but he did get kind of worked, especially to the body. You know, see, he works himself up, and then he fights a motherfucking animal, which I don't know why he do this so quickly. Mikey Garcia. He's an amazing fighter. He's top 5 pound for pound in my opinion in the world right now, and he got starched by Mikey. Outclassed. He just didn't belong in there with him. I just think. And now he got to draw against some dude I don't even know. And I'm not no super expert, but I at least know the big fighters. I don't know this dude. And he lost to this guy. I mean, draw with him. Broner, it's either that he won't get any better, or he's just unfocused. And I think honestly, I think it's because he's unfocused. He's a little too full of himself. I heard he made some comments about Floyd. I mean, Floyd's doing his own thing. Yeah, people give Floyd shit about these fights like he did in Japan. He's making his money. He's retired. These fights don't count to me. I'm not saying he looks amazing. He gets starched by someone like Canelo now. He would. He's old. Age catches everybody. But make your money. Make your money. He beat the shit out of Conor McGregor. It's another fight. Talk for another day. But he made his money. And so did Conor. There's no problem with me. It's just stupid what people give a shit about that. He's making money. And you do watch it. Manny Pacquiao. He is solid still. He's no longer what he was, especially ever since he got knocked out cold by Juan Luis Marquez. And I believe in 2012. Cold. Flatlined. Something's changed. I think he's not the same. And he's old. I mean, I think he should retire soon, you know. I don't want to see him take punishment, you know. He's a good dude, humble dude. And he has a future in government. I mean, I think he's a senator of the Philippines. So I think he should hang him up soon. I think he's going to lose this fight. What I see is my prediction. Either gets knocked out or he wins a 12-round fight. And that's my little, podcasty kind of video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment. If you want me to do anything different or make it longer, shorter, whatever, bring the best quality content I can with what I got. So, yeah. But, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Tell your goddamn friends. I'm trying to get big. We trying to get big. We a team. Yeah, but for real. I hope you have a good day or good night if you're watching this at night. And, I hope you have a good one. And this is Jay the Great signing out. I'm out.